Welcome back, everyone, for Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney with Grumpy Magician.
Hello, hello.
We have been talking about video games and things that were announced yesterday. That's why we're late. Don't worry about it. There will probably... I can't wait for someone to bust into chat like, there's something happening! It's like, what's happening?
Oh my god, did you see they announced this?
What is it?
Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball X2
They just had
Super
one of
Turbo
those!
Edition.
One of those came out, like, this past year.
Look,
Gotta get more.
they absolutely know they could make money out of this series.
Yes. Well, today, I mean, I guess, yeah, while we're doing this, it's Summer Games Fest, which anyone who's watching us is probably dual-wielding. So we'll be prepared for something to happen, who knows.
Mm-hmm.
But last time, we started the final episode here, and we were amazed by three-dimensional graphics in this game.
Yeah, they started bringing some RE stuff in with actually examining your items.
Yes. We had our touchscreen minigame.
Then, what actually happened? There was... So, the chief prosecutor
Yes, is our defendant.
is our defendant. A guy was killed who's a detective. I still think the numbers are important on his ID.
Mhm.
Oh, and that, like, the original animation still makes me think that
The double.
two people have been killed. I
Yeah.
need to know what that's about.
Who knows? We don't have a lot of evidence, if memory serves. We got a whole lot of nothing. We met the cough-up queen. That was an experience.
Yep.
Good times.
She is interesting. I am wondering why she has that name.
I don't know if we want to know. It's rated T for teen. I don't
Honestly-
know what you have to hit to get that in 2005.
If it comes out with... If they come out with it and it's just exactly what it sounds like, kudos to them. They're brave.
Ugh. Well, let's get in here and let's figure out what's going on. February 23rd, 9:34 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. So, how did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas?
Well, rather, the whole thing is one big grey area.
Well, don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate.
I believe in you, sis.
Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice.
Give up.
It's 2 words.
Hmm.
Quit. There we go.
Surrender?
There we go. Both of those work. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client.
Exclamation mark?
Yeah. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her. Oh yeah, also last time we concluded that Mia and Lana here were canonically gay for a while in college, but like, you know, what happens there stays there.
Mm-hmm. What happens in college stays in college. They, look, proud of them.
Good
Have
for
a
her.
pride.
And that is... You're not a defense attorney. Well, that's obvious.
Yes, I'm a prosecutor.
I, I
What's
thought
the
you
point of this?
I thought you were gonna go for a different line of attack there,
I'm also-
Phoenix.
I'm also not a police officer. Do you want to compare me to those two back there?
Knife King 23. Hello, Lana sighting. I'm here. Well, welcome. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one's gonna bail me out this time. Who said?
You're finally getting out of the summer court.
Oh. I'll be alone in there. He just has a flat. He's getting a lot of these since the last case. He should really get his head checked.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's finally repercussions of all the times he's been jumped by
beat.
the suspects.
So I have to discover the truth all by myself.
Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way.
So much for doing it by yourself.
I'm all by myself. I just
Right
said
here.
I'd help you. I'm all alone in this.
Oh. All around
Okay.
me are familiar faces. February 23rd, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 9. We do have to give them credit in this court for actually starting on time all of the time.
True. I mean, knowing this court, they might do a thing of just, hey, you're not here exactly on time, you lose.
You're dead.
Yep, just, you know what, we were just going to give you a fine, but I guess it's the guillotine for you.
Show up. I think we could make a lot of improvements to the real world if we did this to people.
Oh, yes.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Edgeworth, we just started.
I was born ready, right?
Edgeworth.
Oh, it's so long in for him.
Yep. It's been 2 months. I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial.
I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright.
This King Miles Edgeworth, yeah.
He's far too fancy for this courtroom. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything.
Don't do that in here. I know what you mean by that.
Don't do it. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. Oh wow, this is really death.
That sentence.
There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness.
Why is that in quotation marks?
I don't know, I guess just makes it sound like a witness you pay.
Yeah.
He's just openly once again saying, I paid off this witness, Your Honor.
If you've learned
This
nothing.
is their job.
Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand.
The cough-up queen? Phoenix, we know she's the witness. She said she was the witness. Haven't I seen you somewhere?
Judge, no,
No.
don't. You're gonna expose yourself? You're gonna expose her in front of everyone here. Don't.
It's gonna hurt both of your careers.
You ordered the caviar lunch, right?
Oh, caviar! Never eaten caviar before. Oh,
So.
They're just really wolfing it down. I've never had it. I'm aware that it is extremely salty because of the process of making it.
Yeah. Ah, and for you, I have a fiesta bowl.
Thanks?
Will the witness state her name and profession? Ah, and you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. I mean, he's right.
It is 10 a.m.
Dots. Well, Your Honor, how's it taste?
So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. That's not a good sign.
That's because I put glass in there.
I was about to say, that's not what it should be like. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. Okay, so I've never experienced tapioca, but that just sounds horrifying.
I think I just threw up a little. Why would you pickle it?
I don't know if you can even. Like, it's like it would dissolve probably, but just the thought of it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Phoenix. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like?
Name, profession, now. Me? The name is Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us.
The prosecution will wait. Not finished eating. Hurry it up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime.
Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
Uh-huh? What exactly does that mean?
Oh no. Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. Oh.
Yeah.
She was a first-rate homicide detective.
Okay.
Alright.
That doesn't explain the name.
No. Oh, maybe it does. She gets them to cough it up.
Look, it was a more innocent time. They didn't know what they were doing.
No, they didn't. Professional witnessing offense.
What? Miss Starr was a detective?
Dots. I thought he was just gonna scream, and then the got tacked onto the end there. I know who you are. Cough up.
Cough up Queen Angel Starr, Your Honor. Long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr. Just who is this lady?
They just said Phoenix.
They did, but his behavior may constitute the questioning still.
I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. I almost tripped over my words there, apologies. B block is for visitors and clients. The chain divider separates the 2 blocks.
I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes?
The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot.
And who was this valiant witness?
Oh, who do you think, you dumb fuck? Why, it was me, Your Honor.
Parking lot floor plans added to the court record. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
Well, it seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright, can't agree on principle, Your Honor. Fair.
Yeah. Seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Starr. Wait, are they talking about
Judge,
me?
you're biased.
Yeah, this is a problem.
Like, yes, crush the defense. Judge.
It's about time that boy was coming to him. He's interrupted me and made so many lies in here, I can't deal with it anymore. Get him out.
He keeps shouting objection. It hurts my ears.
Alright, so... immediate thought. How is she gonna drive Edgeworth's car?
Yeah. She'd need his keys.
His keys, yeah.
Okay.
Which I guess
Maybe
also
we can look out for.
adds the question of how did the trunk get open without the keys? Did she, like, break it open, or...
Might have just been left partially open, or
Yeah.
like maybe the code was in the way.
Mhm.
Maybe we can press on stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
The witness testimony.
Yeah.
Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely owned detective's intuition at work. Okay, the stabbing was right there. Where's the blood?
Yep.
Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. How did she cut her hand?
Yep, she was. Her right hand's the one that's injured. Bring a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching.
As you can see, there is no room for doubt.
The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife, which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman.
Crickets from the courthouse at that.
Nice King, thank you for the follow.
So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed?
I'm still thinking about that.
It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Alright, witness's account.
Okay. Something. The garish car was holding a knife in her right hand.
I'll press on that, since we know her hand's the other one.
Yeah, I think that's the only one we have a solid defense against at the moment. Actually, what? Let me just check. What do we have in our evidence? We have the ID, shield, the knife itself.
Parking stub.
Parking stub. The autopsy.
Now, the phone, and the floor plans. Longest case in the series, by the way. Okay, good to know. I remembered this one had a lot in
Cool.
it, but
I reckon that autopsy report is going to be useful.
yes,
This.
it's a bit of a gap.
Specifically, loss of blood from chest wound.
Yeah,
If she
one-
killed him right there, the cause of death would be the stab, not the loss of blood.
Mm.
So, Either way, yeah. I'd say for now we press the holding a knife in her right hand.
Yep. All right. Hold it. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying.
Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Correct? Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Is your knife after all? Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in the location of a man's vital organs.
Are they?
I mean, I guess? If you are particularly involved in murder cases, then yes.
I guess
because
eventually,
you
yeah.
have to know what's lethal. But, I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set.
You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean a person.
I don't know, if someone could kill an egg.
Imagine what they're capable
Don't
of.
trust them. Perhaps the chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. So the defendant was holding a knife. What's then? Okay, we haven't gotten anything from that.
No.
I think going off that same angle, if we know she stabbed herself, like cut her hand, let's press the following thing.
Alright, thrust the pointy
Because
tip
if
of
it
the
was
knife.
that clean, then when did she press her hand? Press her hand, cut her hand.
Alright. Press, hold it. Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point.
Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late.
Too late?
Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon.
I see.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
You said that before. Anything else?
Hold on, let me just quickly flip through my list of loading screen
Tips.
texts. Hate not the heretic? Nope, that's Darktide. Scientifically speaking, Miss Star's testimony is flawless.
Sounds pretty fatal to me.
What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty?
Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer.
Don't smile like that.
You know, it's fair. Got rid of one teenage assistant for another teenage assistant. Yes, he's just on a rotation. Okay.
Like, interns are cheap hires. What can you say?
Pay them in burgers.
Like, well, I always knew they would come. Maybe when I sense something?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe that can give us something like, I heard X.
Yeah. Might have to do with it. Hold it! You sensed something? So, you're saying you had a premonition of the murder?
Well, you see, I'd been playing Fatal Frame, you know, and a couple of the mechanics in that game just really stuck with me, so I decided to apply them to my personal life. It felt like... how would you say? Oh yes. It's like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds.
I have no idea what that means.
Tryptophobia triggering?
I don't know. Is that even tryptophobia? It's just like goop. It's not like holes.
I mean, when it's full of seeds, you can kind of get it, but...
Maybe? Alright. Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective?
Yes, well, he's like a young cheese.
Young cheese?
A pale white cheese, not yet tangy, with experience on the streets. A greenhorn.
I must be hard, yellowed, and sharp as a tack.
With the odor of an old cheese to match. Damn.
Yeah.
In any case, there in the loss, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. She's not giving us anything. Okay.
No.
I guess we just press everything else, see if
Hop back to the
starts up
start.
on the others. Yeah. So somehow I always knew that like this would come. Press.
Hold it. How did you know?
I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, so apologies, just dropped a letter opener. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The bow just...
Yeah.
Yes, we are quite twisted. Thank you for recognizing.
I am disgusting.
Behold my Spotify playlist. Let me take you on a journey into my sick and twisted personality. It's just Evanescence, Disturbed, and then Justin Bieber.
I was about to say, it's the freaking meme of the, like, dark and brooding version of X thing. It's just, like, wearing a t-shirt that's, like, black or something. Just a little peek into my sick and twisted mind.
The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim,
Ooh.
killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Dots. Can't particularly refute that. Miss Stat, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt as I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one.
Laid off? She was fired. No, that's different, Phoenix, but similar.
Mhm. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless.
Very well.
I don't buy it.
No, you may continue, Miss Star. Alright, just keep going down the line.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, hold it for the lunchbox. This boyfriend, he's the detective?
I half expected it to be. What flavor was this lunchbox?
So did I, yeah.
Not that boyfriend. The security guard.
That boyfriend? You have several?
Hey, polyamory is cool.
Well,
Love knows no boundaries.
I think the question here is, are all of them in on it, or is only she?
Well, in that situation, I have to respect the grind.
There you go.
Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants.
I'll just stick with the lunches, thanks.
Note to self. The judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot, in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there.
That would be the room with the security sign.
Just saw the can I be next?
Yeah.
Insert the airplane scene with the queue of people all in line.
Instead of, like, various implements of weapons, it's lunchboxes.
Yep, just different bentos.
Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car?
If anyone watching doesn't get that airplane reference, go educate yourselves. Watch that film. That is some grade A comedy and people are missing out by not seeing it.
I have not seen the movie, but I have seen the GIF, and I know many lines because of Rick.
It's so good. It's also the origin of one of the most used dad jokes there is.
Don't call me Shirley.
Surely you don't mean eggs. Of course I do. And don't call me Shirley. Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime.
Okay.
Already pressed that one.
Through the wire fence.
Yep.
Hold it! By garish car, you mean... Oh, I want to stop on this also. Edgeworth's car is not garish. It's like a normal shade of red. Everyone is like, this car is hideous. Yeah. It's like a red Mustang.
It's not that bad. It's a bit vibrant, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's like a normal red car.
Mr. Edgeworth's car. Yes.
Mr. Edgeworth's?
Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it? Dots. Indeed it was.
What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant?
I saw her from no further than 30 feet away.
Wow, Phoenix riding a bicycle or taxi. Yes. It is stark the difference in, like, money the two of them have.
He is absolutely getting in by bicycle, disheveled, and just getting up to the courtroom like, Edgeworth, good to see you. And like straightening out his tie.
Yeah.
I'm certain it was her.
He's telling the truth. We're doomed.
Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick.
He's getting it. He's learning.
Let's go. Fake it till you make it. The ultimate strategy.
Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness.
Might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie.
Huh? Rookie?
Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside.
I like how she has, like, the sexy eye and then the, like, disdainful eye that she, like, just perfectly tosses her bang across to switch between.
Yeah. She is full anime. For those who've watched Gundam, 00. Alleluia, Hallelujah.
Baptism, yeah.
Where the entire difference between his character is the bang on the left, or is it the right?
So, yeah. I should go back to it at some point. I remember finishing the first season, starting the second, and never finishing it.
It's a very different season, like style. I know at the time it got canned a lot for trying to be the edgy one, but I also think it tells one of the better Gundam stories.
It's the only one I've seen any of, because Witcher Mercury is still on the list to watch eventually.
So good.
Also,
watch the latest one.
Being the edgy one, I've seen the Gundam Wing clips. I'm sorry, you're not beating it.
There is one particular thing that I'm just like, yeah, like, Gundam's always been not the most hopeful, innocent series.
No.
But there was one particular major plot point in, I think it's in season 2, that's just like, I can see why people accuse it of being edgy from this.
Okay. That was inspiring.
I know, it was a good season. What can I say?
Perfect.
Sorry.
Lined up beautifully.
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism. I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed.
A photograph! You took this? Alright. So, she's got gloves on. Whose coat is that? It's not hers.
Yeah. Not her coats. If anything, because of the light shade, it looks like it might be Goodman's.
Yeah.
Okay. The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap. I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera.
I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck.
Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, the prosecutor? Think again. Once again, Edgeworth being screwed over by his witnesses.
Yes, this time though.
His oldest time.
This one though is not his own fault.
True. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs.
Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Crime photo added to the court record. Uh-oh. That is unmistakably Lana Skye.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, so there's the glove. Didn't have her hand cut there, otherwise the glove would be cut. And again, no blood on the floor.
Means the cut happened
So,
before this.
yeah. Which, the blood was only on the right side of the coat?
Yes.
He was stabbed where?
I don't believe it was said,
Oh.
just he was stabbed in the body somewhere. One knife wound.
Yeah.
We can open the autopsy report. Hang on. Wound is caused by 4.5-inch knife. Single stab wound was found. Yeah. Outstated precisely
It's
where.
possible that blood is from the stabbing or from the body being slung over a shoulder to move it to the car. So, what was the defendant doing at the time?
Okay, we're back here. Holding a knife.
Okay.
Well, actually, what she's saying right there is literally incorrect to the photo she just gave us.
Oh yeah.
She's not holding a
I
knife.
know. She just gave us the evidence that disproves what she said.
Well, there you go. Alright, so present this to holding a knife in her right hand, because she is not.
Mm-hmm.
Objection! And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Skye stab the victim with the knife.
As I've already said, yes. I swear it's on my finest salmon swirl lunch.
I'm sure that is a fine lunch.
Let's see. Rice, salmon, soy sauce. I could fuck that up right now.
I'm not
I could go for that.
I'm not the biggest fan of salmon. I find it dries out, like, very easily.
I love salmon, especially if you get sheet salmon. Then you do toast, you do some salmon on it, and then eggs Benedict, cover it in hollandaise sauce. Mmm. Best breakfast.
I've never had smoked salmon. I should try that, because that's, like, maybe holds up a bit better for me.
Definitely.
Oh, but isn't that odd? Look at this photograph!
It's never going away.
No, this will carry until we stop playing these games, and probably well past them.
Mm-hmm.
This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Also, how many people do you think know that meme but have no idea of the song it comes from? Because that's
Oh god.
that's an old song at this point.
Dude, there are people that don't know what Nickelback is.
Yeah.
Like, let alone the song. Like, there are people out there who have never heard Rockstar. The de facto Nickelback song. Like, it hurts.
Thinking about it, I might not have. I might have, and I just can't remember the song.
We all just want to be big rock stars. Living hilltop houses, driving 15 cars.
Yeah, I don't think I have, actually.
Damn.
Yeah, it just never came up. Alright, well, I'm officially a Zoomer, I guess.
Yep. By my standards, you have been relegated to Zuma.
You're not even that much older than me, but the line is drawn.
Yep.
Alright. Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife?
Dots. Also, dots.
Thoughts? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? I don't have any idea. Someone say something, it's very awkward.
Oh, not even a shout, just objection.
That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth.
Look, I don't have any meter, don't blame me. Yet, it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing.
Objection! And how can you tell that?
Blood splatter.
Huh?
See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat?
Black and white photograph. Well, yes, Phoenix, but it's still there. It's very clearly what that is.
It's not like she had a burger and it just splashed out
God.
to the side.
That's a lot of burger. Yes. It's hard to tell, but this could be blood.
Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem. Except you.
Ooh.
Fucking cold. Next reference, that's a series I need to go back and watch. Kind of passed me by at the time.
I don't think I could get through it knowing what I do. I know I couldn't get through Hannibal.
Yeah, that's fair. Ooh. Hannibal was so good, but that was rough even for me. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of Wait, eh.
That was Emma.
Angel Star, why are you reading Emma's lines? Get out of here. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse?
You got a better idea?
Insert the very YouTube thing that my current Fugi is from. Objection! He's being mean to me.
Do we object or do we just take it and be like, we'll try something else?
I feel like if we take it, nothing changes, and we're not going to get any advancements out of it.
Alright.
So, I reckon we object.
Alright. Objection. Wait! That contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Alright, this may be a little pedantic.
He was actually objecting to the case and not just being called an idiot.
Not getting, like, he's used to it.
Okay.
He's just accepted it.
Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies.
Dots.
Dots.
That's it?
If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Objection! Premeditated? How do you know?
Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph.
Oh. Those gloves?
Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. January. It's January.
It is January.
Fucking cold.
It's real early in the year. It's hard to tell if they're rubber. We've just had a discussion about whether or not this is a blood stain on the jacket.
Yeah, those could be leather gloves.
Also, where are they? Like, if you say that they appear to be, where are they?
Also true.
You got her right then and there. Where are they? These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation.
Premeditated murder. A serious offense.
Witness, heard this to your testimony.
The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. I guess we press?
Might as well try it, yeah. Hold it! What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? Like, driving gloves?
Yeah? Objection! The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested.
Why didn't you say that?
They were rubber gloves, of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime.
Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Stark. This is bad. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If he can prove this claim, the trial's already over. Think of a way to show this wasn't premeditated.
It's only flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
Said that before. Alright, we're going through this again.
Okay, that's just the end of the text.
Yep. Okay,
Okay, so it's got to be something with that new one.
Yeah, and with the evidence.
Murderous glove, rubber... was planned, rubber gloves prove it. We didn't get anything on the knife, if I remember correctly.
No, there's no prints. Traces of the victim's blood, but no prints.
Good stuff. Oh, the parking stop.
A lot at 512.
Yeah, the car only just arrived. Kind of been planned if he got in there, like, just before it.
Yeah, the call was made on the phone at 5:18, so there's a 6-minute window. Possible. Oh. The text was shorter than I thought it was. I skipped too many times.
Yep, I did that. There's the phone. Nothing mentioned about the phone call, but we don't have any direct contradiction yet, but can use that. Goodman's notes? No.
So it definitely has to be the stub, the
Yeah, I think the
autopsy,
three
or maybe the knife.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I'm gonna drop quick save.
Yep.
I'm like my gut feeling says the stub because I vaguely remember him saying something about getting in late or something like that.
He had just gotten back
I think
from
he
the
did.
ceremony.
You might just be imagining things. Yeah, exactly.
Alright, well, parking stub on murder was planned.
Yep.
Alright. Objection! Music's not stopping. Your Honor!
And there's the default.
That statement contradicts this evidence. Does? I don't see anything contradictory. Huh? Really? Objection overruled. I think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright, we're trying. That didn't go so well.
Man's plan rubber gloves prove it. Nothing in the... So, I don't think it's the autopsy report, because...
Yeah, two might have.
The only thing there is the time discrepancy. There is the note that was there in the trunk, but I don't think that disproves anything either.
Yeah, we have no idea what it means. I think they want us to do something with the knife. It's just one of those things where, like, this says exactly what she's saying. One of those moments. The only thing to examine on it is the blood at the tip.
Oh, actually, yeah, it is the knife. It's usually in Edgeworth's toolbox.
Yeah. It wouldn't be there if it wasn't already opened.
Yeah, like, if it was planned, she would have a murder weapon prepared beforehand, not just go off of, like, a weapon that was on hand.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. So, Edgeworth's knife on the murder was planned. Objection! Witness! Do you know what this is as he holds the knife pointing it directly at her?
Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife.
What's with this case? Bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there?
That's right. Did it?
Oh, why is there a child in this courtroom?
I mean, over here, like, I don't know if it's a common thing, but for my primary school, we sat in on a court case to see, like, the system at work.
I don't think I've ever heard of that happening here, but it might just be the part of the country I'm from, I don't know. The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony.
What's that, Rocky?
In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, Why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon?
Oh,
This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon.
mm-hmm. Ah!
Order! 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 Great. Now the tide is turning in our favor.
Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free.
Maybe a little early on that, but okay.
Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie.
He's getting on the lunch funds. What?
I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. Don't know why I read that so wrong. Ugh.
I'm sure both of us will do it many more times. I mean, we're doing better than we did last week.
True.
This shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory.
Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution need prove. Nothing else.
I mean, technically, you do need to determine whether it's a first or second degree murder for the severity of it, but it's fine.
Very good, Miss Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing...
I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again.
Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated.
Really now. Round 2. Angel's deduction.
Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in, again and again.
Well, that last one is just wrong.
Yep.
Autopsy.
Now in comes the autopsy report.
Yep. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it?
So, if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? You mean you're not? Anytime, like, the pizza guy turns up, I'm just there, like, flipping the coin Harvey Dent style.
You know, considering where you live, might be fair. Acting in self-defense if I'm gonna kill this pizza delivery guy.
And me, true fashion, knife behind the door. Call it. Heads or tails, pizza boy.
Somehow they always get it right.
Yeah, they've gotten lucky so far, but one day, oh, I swear.
Well, in any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Alright, well, let's get to that last sentence and shove the autopsy onto it.
Mm-hmm.
One knife wound. Objection! You say she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that.
Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise.
It's a box of moss.
So it's a mossy situation, what can you say? I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Star.
What do you mean?
I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound.
Aha! You're right! Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What are we, chopped liver?
Yep. What a hunk. He's my hero, really.
What about my objection? No one noticed?
Should quiet down in the peanut gallery. I'm observing Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, I guess I should join you. Well, witness.
You got the crime scene set, right?
Oh, thanks. It's just a fork in a rice with ketchup.
So I was about to judge it, and then I had a thought and I went, yeah, I've been there. I've been in the spot where I've had to just have rice and ketchup and go, yeah, this is my dinner.
From what I understand,
So I cannot judge.
it's not actually that uncommon, right, for people to have? 'Cause I feel like it's also a thing I've seen in, like, maybe one of the Personas. Can't remember.
You get a lot of just rice and soy sauce. Like, rice and ketchup isn't as common.
Gotcha.
But, like, rice and sauce isn't uncommon now. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? Is she actually going to go with the burger defense?
She might be.
And she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice.
Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify.
Testify!
Thank you for getting the vibe that I was going for with the word.
Lots. A red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Hang on.
Picture?
I was gonna say, I don't think she has the muffler. Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she's clean. Like, I was just going for it. There's clearly a splatter all over her. But, yeah, she doesn't even have it on, so just picture, right?
Once again, here's the picture you gave us.
Yeah, it's gotten you twice now. Alright, well, objection. Miss Star, I demand an explanation.
Objection! The witness is clearly not suited for detective
Is
work.
he gonna take our objection?
What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim.
Yes.
That's right. I'm now the defense and the prosecutor.
This man
This is my objection.
has stolen our thunder completely.
And you proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh? But As can't be. Only a professional lunch lady can be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Helps you finally found your true calling in life.
Oh, just bam!
I'm destroyed.
The harsh words, but good.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails.
What was my objection? Chopped liver? You didn't say it louder than he did.
You peanut gallery. Shush, shush.
It's
Mr.
freaking...
Edgeworth.
For our usual fighting game references, he pressed the drive rush first, and then Edgeworth got him back.
Yep. You see, you hit the button, but didn't you know that yours is 11 frames and he has a 7-frame jab? But it was there. A scarf. Oh, not that, but something red. Really?
Scarf?
Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What?
Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. Why are we... You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least.
Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony.
The most important part?
She's literally reading his thoughts now.
Mm-hmm.
Part where your sister stabs the victim. 5 busted testimonies. Please give us another. Yes, that is what is happening right now.
Look, she's proven she is unreliable. We'll give you one more chance.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Damn it, Your Honor.
This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Apprehending the suspect.
After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition, off to the side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. How, you were on the other side
You're
of
on
the
the other
fence?
side of the fence, yeah.
Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile.
You are quite determined about this scarf, aren't you?
I just really don't like the fact she's going for a Kamen Rider-like look with her outfit. It just doesn't work. I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star.
That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake.
Don't bother me with details, unless you want to get bitten.
No thanks!
Note to self. Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum.
An oil drum? Hard to imagine.
Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard worm. I'm not making that sound.
We're not letting the internet have that one.
I'm not letting the internet have me making that noise. My voice has been scraped enough.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Okay.
Okay.
So we've got the wall.
I don't think we have any evidence that openly disputes her at the moment.
Also clicking through, she's not an officer. She can't arrest or explain her rights. Just the thought.
Yeah. Yeah. She doesn't have any judicial authority for that. She mentioned muffler, that's why I'm confused. So... the only thing in terms of what evidence we have that immediately I can think of is I quickly caught her and explained her rights and so on.
Yeah.
We could use the map and go, hey, there's a big old fence in the way.
True. There is also that. I appreciate that this map slides, so you can look at an empty parking lot.
Mm-hmm. Any particularly you want to press on or anything?
Maybe press on this one, just in case there's anything before we throw the map at it. Quickly caught her.
Yep, sounds good.
That'll help us make sure that's what we want to do here. Hold it! You say, quickly. Were you close to the suspect?
As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time.
One round. Maybe I should press her for more details.
Yes.
Go in, yeah. More info. I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. Okay, he's doing the map for us.
Cool.
The Lunchland car was...
She was a visitor. Thus, she was parked in B block.
So, you witnessed the murder from... here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Star?
Yes, that's right.
She already knows she's busted.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a chain link fence in front of you?
I went over it, of course.
Over the ceiling?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that went floor to ceiling, right?
I think it did. Amazing. A cough-up queen, lunch lady athlete indeed. Also in that outfit. Like, girl, you ain't getting up that fence. You can't lie to me.
It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence, so she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast.
An Olympic athlete, yeah, apparently. Yeah, that
No,
fence...
there is a gap.
There's a little gap, yeah. Fence is about 9 feet high, too. That's really high to go. It's a big fence.
I mean, to be fair, the truck's there.
I guess, yeah, if you could, like, spring off the truck.
Well, I mean, like, you do a slight kick off the fence, you can get up onto the top of the truck relatively easily, then up over the fence from there.
Okay, yeah.
It's reasonable, okay, she has potential.
She's got the skill.
Now, doing it in that dress is a whole other matter.
Yeah, that's like, how you doing that, girl? So, how did Miss Sky not get away? There's also that question. Why is she just staying there?
So... Use my only testament. Press on either the final line or the first line. So unfortunately, as much as we go, yeah, that's ridiculous, the game might just say, yeah, she did manage it though.
There's that. Just G-press command to escape, danger star, resistance futile. There's that, and then also to me, why is she still on this scarf? Like, why would she say that? But we can go through all of them. Just go down the line.
Yeah, I'd say go down the line at the moment.
Alright, so first statement after the murder, suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. Hold it! So, where is this partition on the floor plans of Phoenix?
I'm sure she means this wall next to the car.
That's right. It's just completely forgotten about it, the existence. There was a wall there.
And
About 6 feet high.
object permanence is
Yeah.
just
It's really screwing them over.
non-existent in this game. She was obviously trying to hide herself.
Phoenix,
Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do.
Phoenix is not cut out to be a lawyer, you're correct.
True. Now, gambler, though. And what did you do then? Hopped the fence, ran after her, arrested her. That's what I arrested. Okay, so next one is the muffler.
Yeah. Hold it! The judge also brought up this one.
Hmm.
She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say?
If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony.
Kiki!
Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler,
Just,
as in the car's muffler.
yeah. Just that one word?
So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else. Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone.
Her phone. She can't mean... We go in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can get this phone to tell us what happened. By phone, do you mean this cell phone? Discovered at the crime scene.
Yes, ultimately. Your Honor, I would like to put the phone on the witness stand.
It's far more credible than this woman.
Ultimately. My memory. It's like a salmon. Heading upstream, you see.
No, the court doesn't see, Miss Starr.
Liable to get sideswiped by a bear? What the fuck do you mean by this? The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall.
On the wall. That's right! Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall.
Apparently, it was out of order.
And so she used her cell phone.
Indeed. The emergency phone was out of order that day.
That seems like a problem. Like,
Yeah. An emergency line?
you can't just
Shouldn't
leave that.
be down? Like, ever. It's like the whole, hey, this is the emergency door.
Yeah.
Actually, the lock's not working on the emergency door. Oh, fuck me.
I feel like that should be in process of being fixed if it is broken. Hmm. No, good witnessing, witness. Is it?
What do you mean, good witnessing?
Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? We've never had that here, Phoenix. You should know by now.
We've never experienced that.
You should, of course, add this to your testimony.
The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney.
Lana's cell phone updated in the court record. Muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18.
Okay. Right, well, press on the new line, see if we get anything extra.
Yeah, this line immediately is just like, how did you see the phone on the wall? There's a wall in the way. You just told us that.
Mm-hmm.
Hold it! Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing.
I'll only say this one more time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket.
And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence?
Then, when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone.
And you saw her doing this?
What is it, Mr. Wright? Well, they couldn't have made it more obvious than that.
Yep. Parking lot floor plans on, I saw it all.
Mm-hmm.
Objection! Miss Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Skye.
Objection! The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought that you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago.
Okay, so she's part of that whole fiasco.
Yep. Dance.
Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this?
I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up.
Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Skye making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If, indeed, you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies.
Ooh.
One of his better ones, to be honest.
Yep. Yeah, you actually get a small round of applause for that one, Phoenix. Not bad, not bad. Yeah. Objection! That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court.
Here's where the counterattack begins. Can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about...
Where she saw it.
Yeah, because she could see it from the security room.
Yeah.
She was delivering it to...
It'd either be from that, just she was
somewhere
in
else,
A
yeah.
block.
She was somewhere that she wasn't supposed to be. where she saw it. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie. I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location.
Objection! A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one.
Objection! Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it.
The fucking trades.
Yeah. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place where Miss Star witnessed the crime was here. She could have been anywhere in the A block, but she was specifically taking lunch to her boyfriend in the security room, right?
Yeah.
So that's where I assumed she would be.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right.
Go with that.
Security room. Take that! This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room?
Indeed. The security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot.
She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime, and the back of the partition, is here. I didn't even think about seeing the car over the wall. That also works.
Oh, yeah. That's why the 6 feet high is important.
I remember in your testimony, you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Star.
How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today a man has got the better of Angel's Star.
Order! Order! Witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better.
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails.
Uh-oh. Guilty?
Behold my last bento. The destructive dessert.
Yeah.
Just opens it and it's got sticks of dynamite.
Yeah. It's like, she's speaking very dangerously. Someone should probably get the bailiff on her.
Well, if you might want to arrest her. But now,
Please.
please.
Guilty? Are you talking about Miss Sky?
Mr. Wright? Doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? It doesn't make sense.
Huh?
She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim.
Who took the picture? Objection! It still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this.
Holy shit!
Someone
perjury
said it.
exists in this
Yeah.
universe.
How many times have we gone through this and no one's ever brought it up, but here we are.
Oh my god.
She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So, tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Who else?
Mr. Wright, let's review what we know.
Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. Canonically, no one has ever been charged with it in this series, by the way. I mean, with everything we've seen so far, it's believable. It must make a vital difference.
Would be like, I'm guessing it's for some reason she needs to know that she's not in A block. Like, I'd assume distance to the crime because it's like it's trying to go, she wasn't near the crime because it would implicate her or something.
I guess, yeah. I have no better statement, so I'm willing to defer to you on this one. Distance to the crime, then.
Yeah, because so the thing I'm thinking is, like, the camera was there. What if the camera is set up prior?
Or like at the
Then
fence.
she could be here. Yeah. Because like she's already mentioned, it can be hidden in the bento box.
Mhm.
It could be something as simple as, oh well, she knew the body was in there, and so was waiting to catch Lana investigating it, which in turn would implicate her as the one who committed the crime, who killed Detective Goodman.
Works for me.
That's the only thing I can think.
If we're wrong, we'll figure something else out. Distance to the crime. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
Objection! My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see.
Objection! What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime.
Because it's a coded door, so she'd have to run out all the way around and in through the car entrance.
Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime, where you arrested Miss Sky?
Dots.
Well, witness.
You.
Yes.
You ordered the squid wings, right?
The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible.
I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend.
Boysenberry for the boyfriend.
He wasn't in the station, so I waited.
This is yet another point of what is going on in the security of this place.
I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. But yeah, just anyone can walk into the security room, huh?
Yeah. Well, no one's there. There's no security guard on duty.
Before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running toward the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. So you ran all the way around.
And then hopped the fence.
Stopped here to take the picture. And then carried on running.
It's an impressive physical feat, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm. And no blow on it either.
No.
Like, damn, she was stable after that sprint. That's why I had to go through the visitors parking in B block.
That's quite a detour.
It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
For 5 minutes? This changes things considerably.
But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear on my finest plastic spork. Shit, she's serious. That's the ultimate tool.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate utensil.
Mightiest. You have a point. And the spork is a wonderful invention.
Damn, suddenly this judge is smart. Would you like another caviar lunch?
Absolutely. You're bribing the judge.
That's bribery.
Alf.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something.
Have any evidence to stop this? The picture itself? Right? Maybe?
Yeah, I guess. I think we've got to raise an objection.
Yeah, we can't just let her go. Objection! 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time. If you like it al dente. Where are we going with this, Phoenix?
I've got lunchboxes of Thai pasta into knots, rookie.
A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange?
Strange.
If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey!
Oh?
Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. Thought he was catching on, but no. But you have... Go.
Nah, it's just saying, God damn it.
But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable.
Yo, we've got a classic yarg.
Oh, I guess that's the end of that. This is
Shout out to Bloodborne PSX. For context, I think it's Bloodborne Cat in particular. There, you can put in the passcode YARG to unlock all characters and vehicles.
Good. I should try that sometime. It looks genuinely good, and the fact that you can play the baby is amazing.
Wait, it's honestly pretty neat. It's, what was it? Is it Bunlith? I think it's Bunlith. Did a really solid job putting it together.
Like they're like, I'm gonna make Bloodborne on PS1. And also because I have all these assets, I'm also going to turn Bloodborne into Crash Team Racing.
Mm-hmm.
Well then, seems we've come to the end of this testimony. Witness has a grudge against the defendant, and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go?
Unfortunately. I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We didn't. We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright.
That was too close. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. It was her, wasn't it?
It's gotta be, right?
Yep.
Yep. Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wings, right?
That's the one she tried to foist off on me.
Look, I've got to get rid of it somehow. I've made it. I prefer to not take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence.
What was that? Why are we believing this? We've been through this. It's another one of her trick lunchboxes. My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Stark.
Is this your jumbo lunchbox?
Woohoo! A triple-decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, and absolutely not all of these bribes she's giving me, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence.
Come on, Your Honor. Oh, I think I accidentally skipped one.
Should be on screen now.
Yeah. Damn you, mouse, for double inputting. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed.
Lame motto. What's she gonna...
Yep.
Oh, pretty flat, yeah. Generic. What's she gonna pull out of her lunchbox this time? Decisive evidence.
Alright. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up?
Why do you have this?
2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Alana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
What? There was blood found on that shoe. This is tampering with a crime scene.
Yeah, you took evidence back. Like, you are once again in jail. Yeah, motherfucker.
You might be able to press
Very
spacebar or
lunch
something.
For all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Objection! What's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Since when?
Yeah, since when? We've shown you plenty, Edgeworth. That's not. Unless Gumshoe is signing off on it all the time.
We've done it. It has been done to death. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. I've never heard of this law in my life.
It doesn't have. So it is an actual law.
Yeah,
It's not
in real
police,
life, I know.
It's the judge. Wait, this game's fucking weird. It's so weird what they decide to okay and what they don't.
They know so much, but unfortunately, they also know so little.
Mm-hmm. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Hmm? Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. These two are just over here, like, confirming information on Google while Edgeworth's having the worst day of his life.
Yeah, it's just someone just states a rule. Phoenix, look that up, look that up! Look that up now! Could at least study some evidence law. Really?
Prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged.
Victim's shoe added to the court record. White enamel shoe. Bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Skye. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Okay.
Right. Well, first of all, I want to do a examine on that shoe.
Oh. Ba-ba-ba. Check the shoe.
The shoe. Check it.
The blood. There's blood on the bottom as well. There's the one on top and there's blood on the bottom that you can check, it looks like.
True. Okay. We do top then bottom?
Yep, top, then bottom. Number 1. Top.
This blood. It's my sister's, right?
It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. Must have cut herself at the time of the crime.
Oh, sis. Okay. And on the bottom?
Yeah, this one's a little more difficult. How'd that get there?
Ah, there's blood here too.
On the sole of the shoe? It's got to be the victim's. Must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood.
All this blood. It's horrible.
This blood
Finally.
might be an important clue. I mean,
Thank you. Finally. How did he step in the blood
yeah.
when there was no blood at the crime
There's
scene?
no blood at the crime scene, and also, it's really hard to step in your own blood. If you've lost that much blood, you are not stepping in anything.
Okay.
Question is,
Where do we use it? Victims.
we might need to press on something to get a pop-up for it.
Yeah.
Just go down the line.
Yeah, I guess we start from scratch. I'm not sure which one will trigger necessary information.
Yeah.
So,
We know-
start at the starts, work our way through.
Yeah, we know the evidence, we just need to figure out which line they want us to stick it on. Alright. From the top. Hold it. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes?
I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results.
The result?
How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stabbing the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. Then why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. You're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book.
This when the suspect is admitting she did it? But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with. I mean, I'm glad you think that, Judge. You want to back it up with anything from the past?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, keep on going. Matter of the shoe. Hold it! And you found this shoe at the scene of the crime?
Okay. I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen.
I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now, tell us what you did next. We're not going to punish you for that at all. Just keep going.
Okay, but that's... So that second one, she confirmed it was at the scene of the crime, so I think, if anything, that's where we dropped the shoe.
Okay?
I reckon to be safe, still go through and press the others,
Yeah.
but That one seems the damning one.
So far, so good. Yep. Alright, 2 types of blood on the shoe. Hold it. So, you brought it to the forensics department.
If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it proved. To do that, evidence must be analysed by a forensics expert.
And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. Phoenix, I think what the actual statement is that she just told us earlier she has 6 boyfriends in that department alone. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it.
Well, the man was stabbed after all.
And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman.
As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe.
Alright, then about Lana's blood. Hold it. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test, Phoenix. That's exactly what that's for.
Alright, Phoenix. You claim to know something about blood tests, Rocky.
Huh?
Well, speak up.
Well, the blood comes in 4 types. A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. You've lost all points for your previous good line, Phoenix.
Phoenix. Dots. Similarly disappointed Dots.
Oh, dear Lord Dots. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright.
Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear.
That's pretty specific.
If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana Skies.
So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe.
That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman.
I was afraid he was gonna say that. Well, one last press, I guess.
Last one.
Hold it! Can't let this evidence go through without a fight.
You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's had enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe?
Problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? There's a problem, right?
Yes?
There's something, I mean, you can't see it in
So
the puddle. It's...
The thing I'm concerned about here is it's no, there's not a problem with the shoe, there's a problem with where it was found. I'm hoping they're just going to allow us to go, yeah, well, it wasn't found there from this.
Well,
But,
we have a bunch of hits left. You want to just fire, there's a problem. If it hits us, who cares? We'll move on.
yeah, there's a problem.
There's a problem. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction.
That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. Blood on the bottom?
Blood on the bottom.
Right. Blood on the bottom. Take that! I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe.
Don't mess with me, rookie. Or else it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Damn.
She's going in. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of this shoe.
It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of his shoe? The picture. There's no blood in the picture.
Oh yeah, there's no blood on the ground, yeah. Crack photo. Take that! The problem lies in the footprint.
The footprint.
Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? You're getting what you wanted this whole time.
Fucking finally!
Talking about there's no blood on the floor.
From the get-go, there was no blood! Oh my god.
There we go. Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe.
Objection. This picture only shows parts of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints.
Objection! They're just going back and forth on this. They're just having fun now.
Good, good. Watching the tennis rally between the two of them.
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order! 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 Well, witness.
What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright. But it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. Then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh! That's true! There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Damn it, Emma, if you hadn't said anything, he wouldn't have realized. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Just look at what they have to do to mimic a fraction of our power.
Nuts. I also just noticed, look at, I think that's the judge in the top left in the chair, right? Why does he have the, like, Chinese dragon pattern on his robe in this?
Yeah, there is a slight pattern there, huh?
I just noticed that. Why is that there?
Maybe he just wants to style us up a bit.
I guess. Yeah, it's getting into it. Dots. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. He's like, it's not my job to figure out why things are the way they are, it's just my job to tell you that it's wrong.
God damn it, Phoenix. What?
Another hold it.
Hold it.
Okay.
I see. Now I get it.
Get what?
Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Noise that won't be made. Aid. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do.
No kidding.
Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that. I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently, you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness! Well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
Water? What does that mean?
Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the reason she knocked us over? The real reason.
Aha! You don't mean...
Yes. The suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her.
What? Well, that ties things up quite nicely. Does it? Does it? The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty. Erasing evidence.
That reminds me. Miss Skye's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed it?
So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe?
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something, please.
What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it.
But... Enough. Goddamn dragon's dogma brain rot kicked in. Enough! So, for context, at the very start, you are forced to do a tutorials section where you get instructed by an officer in what to do.
Mhm.
Every time, like, he just interrupts what you're doing once you've achieved the objective to just go, enough! In the same tone, the same exact way. And so it just drilled it into my head because of the various playthroughs I've done. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well.
But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Another hold it from who? From her again!
Hold it. Little girl. What did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Oh.
She's gonna torpedo her own witness, her own testimony now.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you are. That's not Angel Star.
She keeps speaking for Emma.
Yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you'd had your fill. But here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence.
Wait. Witness, don't tell me you have something else.
Objection! The time for deliberations has passed. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the coffer queen. Look at this.
Another picture.
A photograph? Oh no, that was the
That's
judge.
the judge.
Yeah.
Yeah, a photograph. So let's have a look here. What do we got? So we got the knife stuck in him. The
Knife
shoe.
stuck in him. You hang... Like, why is his leg hanging over the side?
Yeah, it's like a pretty precarious dump off. The shoe is off. That's a lot of water. It's like just standing there.
Mm-hmm.
And there is something in the exhaust.
Yep. The muffler.
Hmm. A photograph.
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. Ain't fair.
I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait! Look at the asphalt in this photo.
Hey, it's clearly wet. It's more than wet. It's underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Go.
No, sorry, I'm more thinking
You're-
to myself.
you're
I'm
in the
thinking
zone.
Where this goes from here.
Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
Not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. Sorry, Mia. More dots. Keep on going with the dots. Still more of them.
Dum dum. Ugh.
Oh no.
Right. Wet or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel.
Huh? He's hallucinating again.
Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. In the middle of court. Oh my god, Mar!
Just,
Mia.
yeah, he just like falls over in the stand.
You alright, Mr. Wright? You okay there?
I see dead people.
Okay, we're just gonna... Wait, I think Mr. Wright needs some time. Gonna let him take a quick recess.
Yep. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time, I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Objection! Dramatic pause. Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it'll be too late.
Okay.
Look at this photograph. The last one submitted makes me laugh. This trial isn't over till we give each piece of evidence proper consideration.
So, right. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence?
Yeah, I'll think later. It's the Phoenix Wright way. Yeah,
Phoenix Wright classic.
there's a problem. Right or wrong, I gotta go ahead with this. I suppose, since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. It's the muffler, right?
Yeah, it's got to be whatever's stuck in the muffler.
Take that! The problem in this photograph is here.
What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor?
You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or any scarf of any kind in this photograph. We're making sure people know what a muffler on a car is.
I mean, it's fair. Some people just call it the exhaust,
I
I suppose.
If you're living in a part of the world that doesn't have a lot of cars, you might not know, I guess.
It's also, some people do straight up remove the muffler, so it's just the exhaust to make it louder.
Yeah, if you do that over here, you're gonna get a noise complaint and, like, ran down, but people do still do it.
A muffler is also a part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system. A pipe.
See, and... I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
So what if there is something sticking out of the muffler? What's that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Objection! Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony.
What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case. Oh, right?
It's the phone, yeah.
She said it.
The word muffler was overheard.
Take that! Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Here we go.
Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony, Oni. Muffler. Ah. Ah.
Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence.
Screaming noises.
Yep, it's a long one. Well, seems we will have to suspend the proceedings.
Sus?
Thank you.
Even this noise. Suspend?
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed?
Dots. I suppose so.
Whew. That was close. But we made it. At least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime, after all. He's still hungry!
My man. Come on.
He
He
continued.
continued. Damn, that was a long one.
We're going from court into court, too, because we're taking a recess.
Oh shit, yeah. Not
Um,
even a pause to go and
yeah.
like investigate more.
Do you want to keep going for a little bit more, or do you want to call it there? For 2.5 hours.
I mean, we usually do the 3-hour slots,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like D&D. We've hit that good
Yeah.
break point.
If we keep going, God knows how long that next court bit is going to be.
Yeah. I think it's probably a safer bet we pause there and then we carry on with the court case next time.
That works for me, and then hopefully this one will be shorter and we can get back into the investigating after the fact.
And hopefully they mention why the animation at the start
And
had
2 people?
2 killings. I hate withheld information.
It's just been set up the whole time, and you're like, where is it?
Like, I'm fine with the, oh, but how does it get here? But when you go, like, in a series like this, which so far has gone right at the start, here's what happened, and then immediately explains it, it's now gone, here's what happened. Okay, but what happened though?
What did we actually see, please?
That is legitimately bugging me about this case. That is my only gripe here. Other than that, I imagine we're probably getting Marshall soon in here.
Yeah, I just hit, like, I opened the guide here to see how big this is. This is a huge case. Holy, this is like twice the size of the last one. Good lord.
Oh boy. Okay.
This is a big one.
And the last one wasn't a short one.
No. Alright,
I suppose that's the thing with, hey, the budget for the games went up.
Yeah, and the cartridge is bigger. Got a lot of room still on there. Alright, we're not getting through this before I start my next job unless we marathon, and I don't know if either of us want to do that. That'll destroy us.
From the sounds of it.
But it's fine, we can do a couple. Okay, well, thoughts on today as we spent the entire time in one court case.
Jesus.
I think the logic in this one is okay so far. For the most part.
So far, it's been alright. I'm still mad that the answer to why there was no blood was, oh, she knocks the water barrel over. Really? You couldn't have done, oh, well, the killing was elsewhere. That's why the blood was on the thing because the body was transported.
Yeah.
Like, like maybe she feels guilty because she tried to hide the body. That's why she's going down for it.
Yeah.
Ah.
We're still missing. We also haven't seen that other cop again who came into Edgeworth's office. We've got another character that I know
Yeah,
of still to come as
was it
well.
Mr. Meekins?
Yeah, Officer Meekins, yeah.
Yeah. There's him. Okay, we've got to talk with Marshall.
Yep.
I still want to know what the numbers are going to be used for, because they're going to be used for something.
First Mason. What do they mean?
Like, what do they mean? The numbers, Mr. Shelby. Yeah. There are still a lot of questions that I'm unsure of here. It's part of why I've been a bit delayed on reading lines, because my brain's just going, okay, but what
But what is it?
about that? What am I missing?
I
I
mean,
know I'm missing something. What am I missing?
that's a good thought, and I've been in that brain space for the past 2 days playing Chance of Sonar, so
Yeah.
I can't blame you. Just like sitting there staring at the screen, and then like 30 seconds realize I've been completely silent the entire time.
Speaking of, how is that? I remember looking at it a while ago, 'cause it's like a language-based puzzle
Yes,
game, right?
it is. You are having to crack languages through nothing more than context clues to progress through a point-and-click adventure game, basically. It is really good so far. I believe it's also currently on sale. Oh, not anymore. It is in a bundle. The sale has passed, it looks like, but it's still like $20 base. It's like not bad. I think it's like a 9-hour game total from what I could tell. From seeing.
Okay.
But yeah, there's some good stuff in there. Yesterday, by the time I was finished streaming, I genuinely was starting to develop a headache because I was thinking too much. It's like, what does this mean? Syntax is hard, ladies and gentlemen. Because you have to get that right too.
Yeah. I mean, that part at least I'm used to. Like, I've done enough language-based puzzles.
Mm.
Yeah, that's one that I had on my radar for a while, and I was like, oh, that seems pretty cool to mess around with.
It's been a good time so far. If you get the chance to check it out, I would recommend it.
I'll probably get to it after. Actually, it probably won't be for a while.
You already got a lot lined up.
Finish Kazan. I'm gonna do blueprints after that. As a bit of a short one in between.
Mhm.
Also, because I finally figured out the thing to put the notes on screen.
Yep, get the corkboard out.
So, then I'll do Cloud Obscure, and I'm probably going to work on the backlog after that.
All right.
But yeah, it is one that I'm like, that seems really neat, and those kind of puzzles. It reminds me of, have you played FF10?
No, it is on my list to play, but there is a language minigame in that, I'm aware, right?
Yeah, so it's like you find portions of Albed, like Albed messages around the world.
Mhm.
And as you go through the game, you find individual letters that are like, U is O. And fairly quickly, you can start puzzle solving and go, okay, well, based on those, this word is this, therefore that letter is that, therefore this word is this, and just start reverse engineering the language.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
So, chance of all the stuff I've seen of Chance of Sonar, makes me just think of doing that when I was young. I'm just like, yeah, cool.
It's
That shit's cool.
just to an extreme degree of this is not letters; these are symbols that you have to figure out.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's all on us. You want to shrill yourself here, Ari?
Sure. People can find me over at twitch.tv/Grumpy Magician, where I play games every now and again. A lot less frequently than over here, but that's just because I am bad and ADHD is a fucking problem.
Meanwhile,
Um,
I'm attached to a schedule at the hip.
yeah, I've tried scheduling. I can't.
If I don't
My
do it,
fixation just goes, we're playing Night Rain tonight.
yeah, you
And it's like,
have
but I was gonna do, we're playing Night Rain tonight.
the opposite problem I have, where if I don't schedule it, I won't do it.
Hyperfixation is annoying. But
Mhm.
yeah, whenever I do, you can find me over there, usually Wednesday, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Over on YouTube, same name, Grumpy Magician, and over at grumpymagician.bsky.social. I think that's all of mine.
I believe so. And then for myself, you can find me here on Twitch, on YouTube, and also on Blue Sky at VCS19. The Blue Sky is where I tend to keep my schedules. Next week, I should be finishing up Chance of Sonar, because as I said, it's only like a 9-hour game, and I've already played it for 6, so should be done with that next week, and then we'll randomly pick something again, because that's kind of where I'm at right now. Just like I'm going to play little bits of short games until I get myself settled in at the new job soon, TM. We'll see what else
Hell
we
yeah.
spin. But I believe that's everything. Anything else from you, Ari?
Don't think so, at least on my end.
All right. We'll be back here with this on Thursday. Next week should be same bat time, same bat place, unless something happens because things. But
Mm-hmm.
otherwise, that's us. We'll see you all next time.